Hi everybody. So I don't know how this happened, but somehow my last video, I managed to confuse quite a few people. It's the most emails, messages, contacts I've ever had on a video. It's like, and it was short, and I thought, I don't know, I thought it was easy to understand. So I'm going to clarify a few of the questions that I was asked. Do you have to be vegan to do this? And at first, I was very confused to do what. I gave you guys two things that I do to help myself on my journey. One was what I do after I have a jump off of the dock, and one was what I do when I want to get my weight loss goal and boom, kick myself into gear type of thing. Um, it soon became apparent to me as the questions progressed that what people were wanting to know was, do you have to be vegan to do the part where I say I do tofu and arugula? If you watch the last video to where I do my little thing twice a day, blah, 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 for 3 to 5 days and drop 5 to 7 pounds, which, just kind of cleans me out, freshens me up, and sets me off for a really good few weeks, right? Do you have to be vegan? I am vegan, so I don't know if that would work. My whole reason why I did it the way I did it was at my daughter's house. Trader Joe's was right next to us, and my favorite tofu just happens to be the Trader Joe's sprouted organic tofu that has nothing but soybeans, organic soybeans. I love that one. It's not the highest one in protein. For that, I like one that I get at Fred Meyer's, but it's a good one, and I love it. And I get several, it's like six or eight packages a month. I eat a lot of it. So when I go to her house to make it easy on me, easy on her, easy on traveling, easy on everything, I would get enough packs to have 2 a day. So if I was there 3 days, I was buying 6 packs. If I was going to be there for 5 days, I just buy 10. No, not 6 packs. I buy a pack for each day because I eat a half per meal. So I would bet they're double packs. So I'd buy enough to last me the whole time I was there, whether it was 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, whatever. I would buy enough tofu to last the whole time. I would get a couple bags of baby arugula salad or lettuce, the baby arugula lettuce. The reason why I chose arugula was because everything I read said that things that have a bitterness to them or a pepperiness to them hits the back of our tongue. That hits a specific spot on our tongue where we would normally have bitters, and that helps with digestion. It helps with all kinds of stomach things. And you always have stomach things when you're traveling, right? Or I do. I mean, I maybe just because I have stomach things. But anyway, so that was the reason why for that. And also, it's zero carb by the time you do your fiber. It's a win-win. So now I have zero carb tofu. I have zero carb the arugula, and I would get a bag of small lemons, and I would have a half lemon per meal. I would have my half of a baby avocado per meal, and that's all I would have. I would do that twice a day, and I would lose weight every single time. I would be satiated the whole time I was there. I would be content, and I had no food noise. And that was probably the number one thing, the number one reason that I like to do this when I travel. It is now my total traveling thing that I do everywhere I go. This is exactly how I do it every time. I squirt the lemon juice on the arugula. I air fry the tofu, throw it on top of the arugula, smash up the avocado, and away I go. That's it. That's it for me. I mean, it's so simple, twice a day. And if I have a day where I miss my second time for some reason, I don't stress it. And it helps the weight loss. So it's all good, right? And I have a lot of people also say, well, is that healthy? Blah, blah, blah. If you're worried about not getting enough vitamins or not getting enough this or not getting enough that, first of all, have your blood work done every year. I do. I just had mine and it was perfect. Have your blood work done so that you know what your numbers are. See if you're lacking in something. I'm not lacking in anything, but I do take vitamins. I take supplements. I take vitamin C, vitamin D3. I take the same things I took before I was vegan, now that I am vegan. Okay, so take vitamins just to round everything out, right? And I'm not telling anybody you should do the tofu arugula thing every day for 30, 60, 90 days. Could you do that? Probably. I would be bored out of my mind. After about 3 to 5 days of it, I've had enough for a few days and I want to go back to eating mixed vegetables and the other vegan stuff, right? But I don't know if you could do it or not. I don't know if I personally could do it. I might one of these days just shoot and see how long I can go, like 10 days, just to see. Because I've only ever really done it when traveling, and at home I'll do it for 3 to 5 days now and then. I don't know. Now I'm curious. I'm kind of curious. I think I might try to see how long I can go. Anyway, as far as will it work if you're not vegan, I would think that any protein, my goal is to try to get 25 to 35 grams of protein per meal twice a day. And I strive to get to that place every day. If I fall a little under, I don't freak out about it. If I'm a little tiny bit over, I don't freak out about it. But that's what I strive for. I'm not perfect at it. I don't get perfect numbers every single day. Again, I don't really worry about it. If you're worried about it, do better than that. Do it differently. If you want to try it with Non-vegan proteins. God bless you. Let me know how that works. I don't know if it would work or not. I don't know that it wouldn't, but I don't know if it would because I haven't tried it that way. I've only done it this way. So to my knowledge, this works the best. As far as other vegan proteins, I was asked about the Beyond Meats and the Impossible Meats and stuff. Again, I don't know because the way I did it was with the tofu. I just don't know. I don't know if it's just the protein of it. I don't know if it's the chemical makeup of it. I don't know if it's the fat versus the healthy fats versus the healthy protein in it. I don't know if it has something to do with vitamins in it. I don't know. Okay, that's being as honest as I can. I do know that because I've said all along that it was always the greens that dimmed my appetite, dulled my appetite or whatever. And when I do the arugula with it, my appetite is gone. My food voices are quiet. You know, those voices that I wake up with and go to bed with that I've lived with all my life, they're non-existent when I eat greens, the right greens for me, and I eat them in the right amounts and I eat them the right way. And this just works for me. And it doesn't matter if I throw them in the pan or something to heat them up a little bit, or if I just eat them raw, they seem to work the same way for me. And if I'm just lucky that way, then good for me. But I do know other people that it works for. I do have friends, I do have family that have tried it. It works for them. But I just don't know if it would work with other proteins. But if you try it with other proteins, try to aim for 25 to 35 grams per meal. Try to get the cleanest single ingredient. Like when I use pea crumbles, it says on the bag, the only thing in there is non-GMO organic peas. One ingredient. My very favorite products that I will ever tell you guys about have one ingredient, okay? What I was talking about, the other thing that I was talking about was when you slide off the thing, what do you do the next day? I wasn't trying to make it sound like that the only time you slide off is on a birthday or a holiday. There are people who slide off every damn weekend. They go out and drink beer with their friends. They go out and have potato chips. They go out and they go to fairs and musical things and festivals and stuff like that, and they just fall off. Is it called falling off or just standing off or stepping off? I don't know what it is, but there are people that do that a lot. And I was just basically saying that when I do have an occasion like that, it doesn't happen for me that often, but when I do, the next day I jump right back in, and man, I'm telling you, the green tea, I swear by the green tea now, hot or cold, it does not seem to matter. Which I want to tell you guys about real quick here. Okay, so this is the bottle I was talking about. This holds exactly 8 glasses of water, measured 8 ounces. So it holds 64 ounces of water. I'm a visual person apparently. I have to have something like this, and I have to fill it up every morning when I get up. Then when I drink my cup of coffee, I measure out the ounces, and well, I did it first. I don't have to now. I know how much it is, and I take that much water out of here. When I make my green tea, I'll use like 3 cups of this out of here. When I need a glass of water for whatever reason, I take it out of here. And I hope that by the end of the day, I've got most of that drink. I don't always, and I don't stress about it. I'll make a glass of ice water and take it to bed with me and sip on it throughout the night. I do try to get the water, but I use it in other ways. As long as it's teas that don't have sugar and sweetener in them, as long as it's coffees that are black and stuff like that, they count as your water. That's what I've read. And I drink decaf, so again, counts as my water. That's how I'm doing that. So that's how I get all my green tea during the day. Okay, so whenever you've had a fall, you want to load up on the green tea the next day. I personally believe you should load up on the green tea every day, because ever since I discovered that this has been a major, major change for me. A change in a way that, this is going to be TMI, but when I started drinking massive amounts of green tea, and by massive amounts, I mean 3 to 4 to 5 cups of green tea a day. Yeah, it's decaf, but that's a lot of green tea, right? When I started doing that, I don't even remember why I did it. Oh, I did it because it gives me a really good flush out, You pee like you've never peed before. I love it. And I don't pee like that on days I don't drink a lot of green tea. And I feel like we need to. And it definitely helps with the weight loss. It definitely helps with and it helps you get rid of the puffiness to where you're not puffy and stuff, where everything, you lose your puffiness. And I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, love it. I think you should drink lots of green tea every day, but for real, the day after you've went out and drank beer, had sandwiches, ate potato chips, any of that stuff, you definitely need to be doing your green tea and stuff the next day and eating really, really clean. All I eat the next day after my birthday, the day after, I said in that last video, I just ate tofu that day, nothing else. Tofu and green tea, that's all I had that day. But I felt great the next day, right back on track. So hopefully this clarifies everything. I hope. I've never did two videos about the same thing back to back. If you have more questions, feel free to send them to me. I'll do my best. I do answer every single email I get. I answer every single text or whatever form of communication you guys send me, I answer. And I was quite surprised to see how many non-vegan people follow my stuff because I don't have that many followers. So I just assumed it was 300 random vegans sitting around. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I would just like to see the numbers go up a little bit every great once in a while. All right. Ciao, everybody. Thanks for listening.